Welcome to today's episode of Kids Town Corner. Today we're going to talk about what is a pediatric dentist, comparing that to kind of the differences of other dentists in the dental field and kind of what we do and kind of our type of training, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'll get that question sometimes, actually from parents. They're like, oh, you're a pediatric dentist, so you went to less schooling than the family dentist or the adult dentist that the parent sees. And it's actually like, no, we went to 4 years of dental school just like your family dentist. And then we did an additional 2 years of training in pediatrics in order to become specialists in pediatric dentistry. So it's a little bit more training, and a lot of that, it isn't so much that the dentistry changes. A lot of the family dentists are comfortable working on baby teeth, primary teeth, things like that. So it's not so much that the dentistry is way different. A lot of the training has a lot more to do with kind of the behavior management side of the difference between working with kids and adults.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different aspects to behavior management and working with kids that definitely need a specialist, someone who works with kids all day long, because there are some children that have a really hard time at the dentist, and they'll get referred to us for multiple reasons. Sometimes it's a severe gag reflex, sometimes it's special needs, whether it's developmental delays or physical disabilities, and then other times it's just straight behavior problems. And so they'll get sent to us, and I'll have parents who, a lot of times when I'm working with those kids will apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, it's so difficult. And a lot of times I'll answer and say, hey, if we didn't have kids like these, I wouldn't have a job. There wouldn't be a need for a specialist. If all the kids were super easy, then it'd just be a cakewalk. I mean, our job would be real easy that way. But at the same time, there's a certain level of fulfillment when we are able to accomplish things with a difficult patient, finding ways to get things done. There's always an answer. It's just finding a way. Okay, what can we do to fix a bunch of cavities on a kiddo that won't even hop up in a chair? How are we going to do this?
Yeah, and it's really amazing. I just had a parent comment on this yesterday. She brought her child over. Their family dentist had found some concerns and some decay, and so they sent her over for a consult with us. And as you can kind of see, this whole office is just geared towards kids. The moment you walk in, it's just all over the walls. It's different characters and different things like that. And so she noticed a difference in her child right away just from walking into our office, that there was just a comfort level that child received because this whole office was geared towards her. It's not really geared towards mom and dad. Once in a while we'll get a mom and dad who are like, hey, I want to come here. I want you guys to be my dentist, but that's not really who it's geared for. And so those children, they kind of pick up on that. And so we kind of designed and built and manage our whole practice around kids who, what we can do to help kids feel more comfortable and help reduce their anxiety levels. And so sometimes, despite our best efforts to reduce their anxiety level and get dental work done, sometimes we need a little help. And so that's where that residency came into play, and we've both received a lot of training in sedation dentistry.
Yeah, so that can be a pretty big aspect of what we do. We essentially on a daily basis have some form of sedation that we're doing, and we've got a lot of videos that go in depth onto that sedation process. But we do offer many forms of sedation, whether it's an oral conscious sedation, just a light, laughing gas type of sedation, and then a deeper sedation where we have a sedation team who comes in and works with us, 8 times a month. And then to the next level, the final step that we need sometimes with a kiddo with, special needs or extensive health problems, we'll take them to primary children. So we have a lot of options there. And because of our training, that's probably the biggest difference. A lot of our training in residency gets you comfortable with sedation because it's no joke. I mean, we're working on a little kid. We'll have a little 3-year-old or 2-year-old sometimes, or a kid with extensive health problems that we need to be comfortable figuring out what form of sedation will be safe for them. Because number one, for any pediatric dentist or any dentist in general is the safety of the child. And so that's a big part of our training. And what we learn is, okay, because of this, this will fit well for your child, or because of this behavior, this will probably work. Sometimes, you know, we're doing our best educated guess based on our experience. With a lot of experience between the two of us, you know, we've gotten pretty good at what I call profiling kids, where we size them up. I mean, you know, right when I would come around the corner and I go up for a high five, I'm not just doing that. I'm doing that to be friendly, but I'm also reading the kid. I'm reading eye contact. I'm reading, you know, how warm they are to, you know, giving a five. If they look at me and turn into their mom like this, instead of giving me a five, okay, I'm really hoping this kid doesn't have cavities, and if he does, we might have to get a little creative. So all those things really go into what makes a pediatric dentist. You know, what makes us a specialist and something that, you know, or a type of dentistry that some kids just need, you know.
Yeah, and Dr. Brett brought up a great point where sometimes I'll end up explaining that to the parent afterwards, but sometimes on that initial appointment with the child, you know, you can kind of tell it's not going so well and it's going downhill, and sometimes I think mom's like, okay, why are you asking my child all these questions? Why are you doing this? And it really is. It's just getting an idea of the, you know, how responsive the child is, how well we think they'll do, and what the best type of sedation will be. And so hope that you guys understand the difference between a pediatric dentist and your family dentist. And again, we work really well with your family dentist. We have a lot of them who refer patients to us. We get some of the work done, and then the child returns back to the family dentist for their regular checkups and stuff with the rest of the family, and they send them back over again if anything else needs to be done. So it really is a great team effort between the family dentist and the general dentist.
Awesome. Well, we've added some clarity, or you've learned something new from today's Kids Town Corner. Thanks for joining us. If there's any questions or comments, put them below and we'll get back to you for sure. Join us next time. Thanks.